Hello, everyone. This is Larry Hernandez, Recruiter Larry, as I'm known on Twitter and Facebook. I've been recruiting for a little over 20 years. And this video, I felt compelled to make this quick video. So it's not organized, there's no slides. But I want probably recruiters are going to pass this on to you or a loved one or someone who knows that you're looking for a job. This video is going to be real quick. We'll see how quick it is. If you want more information about it, obviously I can make a seminar or a workshop. But I feel compelled to make this because I run into people all the time that need a job. Some of them desperately. Some of them have a job and just need an upgrade in whatever it may be. And I guess... So I might come across as a little harsh, but I want to make some of these points very clear, and I want to help you. Okay. So number one thing is, and I didn't even have time to make a slide because, like I said, I'm not making money off this. I just wanted to get this out there. So number one, I want you to organize yourself and your job search as if it were a project or a job itself. And you've probably heard this before. Now, I'm not sure the audience here. I'm assuming you're semi-computer savvy. You could be, not in the computer world, right? But it doesn't matter. Nowadays, this is what you need. So number one, I need you to get in the right mindset. That means I want to make sure that it doesn't matter. I guarantee you I can get, if I had control of your LinkedIn profile and your resume and your social accounts and your job hunting strategy, I promise you I could get you interviews, probably even on-site interviews. The offer is going to depend on your skill set. But you have to understand the lay of the land or how the process works in order for you to be successful. So I'm going to need you to get your mind right, meaning your attitude, your motivation. And there's two different kinds of people out there. Some of you are very analytical. Some of you are very kind of the emotional feeling, high empathy. So that could be as simple as going to YouTube and clicking, a motivational, all you gotta do, like I said, go to YouTube and click in. My computer's running. Motivational speeches. Find your favorite, author, and just get it. I want you every morning. I want you to, after you go for a walk and get hydrated. I want you to get your mindset right. Also, I need you to become very self-aware. Once again, anyone or people who know what I know can get you in front of the right people. It's kind of like matchmaking. I can get you a first date, but in order to get you in a relationship or eventually married, you have to be complete from yourself. So you've got to make an inventory of your weaknesses. So that means go online, take a personality test, take a free personality test, take as many as you can. If you're one of those people who think it's silly or that you do not have blind spots, you need this the most. Because as recruiters, from the human resources side, there's a lot of legalities, and nowadays everyone's afraid to get sued. So we're not going to tell you, we can't really tell you, or we don't really tell you why we're not getting back to you. Some of us have made the mistake of doing that and being honest, and it usually comes back and bites us. So right now, I'm not representing any company. Okay, I don't represent any of the companies I used to work for. I work for myself now, so I can actually tell you this. We really cannot tell you why. Because when we do tell you why, if I were to say, James or Monica, I looked at your resume and you just, you don't have the experience on the phone. Your grammar was off. You you couldn't answer. You just didn't sound intelligent. You sounded kind of, unmotivated. The way you were dressed on the on-site and the way you carried yourself just doesn't fit in with our company. You just don't look like you had it. No one can tell you that. Okay, so I am telling you that. If and I want you to think of this as a process. And if you're not in sales or marketing, this is going to sound kind of weird, or maybe you're in project management. Think of this as a process, okay? And maybe yourself as a product, okay? So on the online world, we might make a product, and we'll look at the analytics. In other words, we can run a report. It'll say 10,000 people searched for this product, and then only 500 actually clicked on the product, and then only 3 of them bought the product, right? So kind of the numbers go down, and each time those numbers go down, we call those, let's say, conversion rate. So then we try to adjust. Well, gee, how can we get more people to click on our product? How can we make it more marketable? Maybe we can explain something better to get people to click on my product. And then how do we get them to buy it? Well, maybe we can lower the price. Maybe we can add some more value. Buy one, get another one free. Maybe we can offer a guarantee. Hey, no questions asked, free shipping. If you don't like it, ship it back, right? So you need to think of yourself as the product or service, and think to yourself, and you've got to be real with yourself. It's time. Why am I not getting whatever it is that you're not getting? So if you're applying to jobs and you're not getting any incoming recruiter emails, so that's the first step, right? So those are that's real easy to find. That's real easy to fix. You would just go, let's just say I would start off at Indeed.com, and I would look for jobs in I wouldn't even worry about the city. I would just worry about make sure you're in the same country. And God, I wish if we were on a webinar, I would ask you to tell me what it is. I'm trying to guess what it is you are. I don't know. So let's just say administrative assistant. Okay, so you want to start looking at the administrative assistant jobs, and I want you to get your research hat on and look at these and say, okay, I want you to read the job description from a recruiter's point of view. When we're looking at hundreds and thousands of resumes per job, boy, this is I need to talk to CVS. When you click on a job description, it should go right to the job description. Okay, so here we go. So I want you to read the job description, okay? I want you to read, there's always, because of laws now, there's almost always going to be a required, and sometimes they have some extras, but this only has required. If you don't meet the required skill set, don't apply to it. Okay, there's other ways to get your foot in the door, but this is not one of them. Do not just read the title and apply. It's not a numbers game. Forget what everyone's told you about. Just apply to a bunch of jobs. It does not work that way. The more times you apply to a company, especially the same company, there is a unwritten rule, and I'll link a blog post that I did several years ago to this, but we recruiters use a system called an applicant tracking system. It's a way to manage all the incoming resumes. So if I open up this job, let's just say I worked for this company, every time you applied, I would get an email, and let's just say I log in, and I would see everyone's name and everyone's resume. And we're talking hundreds and hundreds, sometimes thousands of people apply. The majority of them are not qualified. So as the recruiter, they get frustrated. Let's say I'm managing 30 open positions, and for each position I've got 500 individuals applying. But when I have time to look at the resumes, they have nothing to do. They've never been an office administrator or office support. They don't have a high school or equivalent education. They don't have the skill, so you're clogging up the system. And then I can tell in most systems, I can tell that you have applied to a lot of jobs. You may be thinking, because someone told you, just apply to a bunch of them. Let them know you're eager. That is the absolute wrong thing to do. Apply for one job, the one that you are overqualified for, okay? And there's some tactics. Sorry, my phone's on. There are some tactics that I'd love to share with you, and I can already tell this video is going long, but there are some tactics that I'd love to share with you that'll help you have a leg up in the recruiting process. So, also, I want you to make a list of companies that you want to work for. Go to LinkedIn, and please go to LinkedIn. Upgrade your account or refresh your account. Have a picture where you are smiling. Have a background. Background is optional. Just go through each one of these, or have someone do it for you, and upgrade. I keep saying upgrade. Refresh your LinkedIn profile, okay? Because and your Facebook profile as well. On Facebook, it's going to ask you what your current occupation is. You want to, if you're looking for an administrative assistant job, you want to go through every place you've worked and highlight those areas where you did some administrative work. And you want to use those keywords, like if, right now they want to use QuickBooks, they want me to use, accounts payable, AR accounts receivable, calendar scheduling, certified payroll processing. So this is not really a office administrator, it's more of an entry-level accountant. But these words, you want to make sure that they are in your LinkedIn profile if you have that experience, and of course on your resume. Because advanced companies, we use LinkedIn to search for people, okay? That's where we find the best people. The best people for most companies aren't the ones that apply. The best ones are the ones that we go out and find, okay? So I want you to reverse your thinking. I want you to get very specific about the job that you are overqualified for. I say that because it's a very competitive market. So I want you to be overqualified, but at least get a job in a company that you share their core values and you'll be excited to work there and hopefully move up in the company. Make a list, and I want you to prepare yourself as that product. I want you to be found. So if you want to work for XYZ company in your hometown, then go to look at their jobs, see which is a no-brainer job that you've got experience for, fill in your LinkedIn profile with the experience and those keywords, and then I want you to go to that company, and once your profile is filled out, I want you to search for people that work in that company at that department and the recruiters, okay? And I want you to click on their profile. Don't set them up, don't friend them, just click on their profile. Because most recruiters have advanced LinkedIn, and we can tell who's been looking at our profile. So that's how you kind of get on their radar. So every morning, if I'm in recruiting, right now I'm not doing a lot of recruiting, I'm taking a break, but if I was, I would look to who's viewed my profile, because I would have been looking for people every day, right? And so I'm like, oh good, this person, he looked at my profile, that shows he's interested. I'm going to go ahead and now I'm going to find his information and message him. But it feels like maybe I found him, right? Maybe he's looking for a job. He's probably not. I picked this person randomly, but maybe he's looking for a job and this is his strategy. There is more value to a recruiter of a company when we find you. It's just the way it is. If you apply and I find you, I'm gonna be more excited, and you're gonna move faster through the process if I find you. So I guess what I'm trying to say is make yourself easily found by the right people. Do not apply a bunch of times. And that's just one quick step. Number one, get your mind right. when you're ready for a phone interview, be open, practice, because that phone interview, even though it's only going to be a 5 to 20-minute call, it might just be, hey, this is Larry over at Recruiter DNA. Is now a good time to talk? And right there, from that time on, you are on. You are being interviewed. The tape is rolling, okay? From how you, from the noise in the background to how you are communicating with me to how you process information, your tone, everything, we are already making a decision. Because remember, as a recruiter, we're doing this all day, every day, all year for years. And we start to get a sense for the kind of person that we want to talk to. If I called your office phone, right, it's the same thing as me surprising you at home or on your mobile phone. That's how we're going to get. So if you're unprepared and you don't sound professional and you don't have control of your presence and you're not polite already, so you have to be always on and you have to be ready for that job. So anyway, I could go on and on about this. I hope this is helps somebody out there. If you want more information about this, I could go on forever, and there's a lot more advanced tips. But anyway, hope this helps. Thanks.